So I made over $71,000 in the last 90 days using Claude AI, and I use the exact same method to take a burnt out healthcare professional from $0 to $18,000 in 90 days as well. No experience, no idea where to start. She'd never touched any of this in her life. She just did exactly what I told her to do, and then she was able to quit her job that was burning her out. And she's not the exception. According to Goldman Sachs, there are 50 million global creators, and the creator economy is expected to be $1 trillion industry by 2034. And there's personally over 1,000 people in my community that I've walked through the same playbook, so I am not handing you theory today. I'm handing you the thing that I've watched work across 1,000 different starting points. So if you're a nurse or a doctor or an engineer, or you're some sort of professional who could teach somebody how to do what you already do, or what you're already good at, or what you already have experience with in your industry, or if you own a business and you want to get more leads or sales, or if you've tried this before and it went absolutely nowhere, then copy exactly what I show you today and you can get the same result that they did. Now, if you appreciate me making this type of content, then let me know by gently cheersing that like button, and let's jump into this right now. Okay, so first of all, let's go over some proof that it's real. So this is what I earned in the last 90 days using Claude AI, $73,274.78. And this is not projected. This is not on track for, this is earned money just from AdSense alone, right? So these are the ads that pop up on the channel. And I'm gonna show you the full dashboard behind that number because there's more on that screen than the actual dollar amount, right? So hold that thought for a minute. Now, I just used the same method on a 60-year-old nurse with 0 YouTube experience, and I took her to a full-time income in about a month and a half. And in 90 days, she made about $18,000. So how does a 60-year-old with 0 experience pull that off? Well, it starts with understanding why almost everyone fails. So here's the number that should stop you cold. MIT ran a study on this, and they said that 95% of generative AI pilots at companies are failing. So basically what this means is 95% of the time when companies try to implement AI, it fails. So they looked at 300 real AI deployments, they interviewed the leaders, surveyed the employees, and what they found is that roughly 95% of AI projects deliver 0 return. Nothing, not a dollar. Now most people hear that and they go, see, AI is a bubble, it's all hype. Well, that's bullshit, because MIT was very clear about why it fails. It's not the models are incredible and they are very useful. It's that the people point them at the wrong thing, right? The 5% who win aren't smarter than the 95% who lose. They just pointed it somewhere that actually pays. So there are basically 2 roads that you can take with this thing. Road A is build a thing, and that has 3 flavors. Flavor 1 is the dropshipping store. The vast majority of them fail. And it is getting worse. The cost to buy 1 ad click is up 63% since 2020. So you're paying more than ever against hundreds of stores selling the identical product from the identical supplier. So that is not a business, that is a bidding war that you are funding. Flavor 2 is faceless content automation. This is the one that every guru has sold you since like 2024, especially since AI has come out. And basically it is spamming the internet with absolute AI slop content on YouTube, as well as other social media platforms. And in January, YouTube did a sweep where they deleted billions, tens of billions, hundreds of billions of views. For instance, there were 16 channels alone that had 35 million subscribers and 4.7 billion views were gone, right? And YouTube deleted all of these channels because they were doing faceless AI slop. And there were countless other channels deleted as well. In fact, most demonetizations or YouTube deletions come because the channel is posting AI slop content. And there were a lot of channels that were even making like $30,000 a month that were wiped out overnight. Now, flavor 3 is to vibe code an AI app, right? And you've probably heard of all 3 of these. And this has the same problem as the store. You're one of 10,000 people shipping an app that absolutely nobody asked for, and you're praying that the algorithm finds you. So here's the pattern for all these. Every version of Road A is the same bet. You build a commodity and then you fight 10,000 people to be seen. And look at why Faceless just died. The platform is now actively rewarding the thing that you were trying to avoid. A real human on camera with a point of view. Now, Road B is to teach the thing, right? This is basically you sharing what you already know. And when a dropshipping guy flexes $100,000 in sales, that word sales is carrying a lot. That's revenue before ad spend, product cost, refunds, chargebacks, etc. And after all of that, these stores may be net 10 to 20%. And for a beginner, it's probably well under 10%. So out of $100,000 in sales, it's really about $10,000 in your pocket if you're one of the few that don't fail overnight. So Road B has almost none of that cost. So that $73,000 that I talked about came from an educational personal brand. It's me on camera teaching what I know. No inventory, no ad spend, no app, no employees. I just use Claude to make the process faster. Now you might say, okay, Shane, of course you can. You've been at this for years. That's a fair point. I am very good at YouTube. I know what I'm doing. It wasn't always like that. It took me a long time to get this way, but let's talk about Jen. Jen is a 60-year-old nurse. She was burnt out. She'd never made a single dollar online. And in her own words, she said she'd never dipped her toe into YouTube. And she stumbled upon my content. She attended my live training, which you should definitely attend as well. I'm actually doing one this week. Click the link in the description, the pinned comment below. And she started posting content on YouTube where she was literally just teaching people what she already knew, stuff that she was already telling her patients on a day-to-day basis. And she went from $0 to $18,000 in 90 days, right? Basically just helping seniors navigate the American healthcare system, which is a maze that she had worked inside for decades. And she is not special, right? She didn't need to be an expert on AI. She just needed to be an expert on the thing that she already knew, right? She already had the expertise. She already had the experience. She already had the wisdom, and Claude handled the rest. And that's the part that matters for you. You already have the hard part, right? You spent tens of thousands of hours living your life. You've done a job. Maybe there's certain things you've gotten good at over decades, and you've solved problems that other people are stuck on right now. So the only thing that you are missing is a system that turns that into content that people actually watch. And that's what Claude does. Now, if you want a step-by-step guide for exactly how we did this, and if you want an AI that we designed to help you pick your niche, or if you already have your niche to help you make it 10 times better, that's exactly what I'm gonna be helping you with in this live training that I'm doing this week. Click that link in the description, the pinned comment below. Do not miss out on it. And by the way, last time we did this live training, the seats completely filled up because there are a limited amount of seats in the live training, so do not miss out on it. And if you're watching this in the future, still click on that link because it'll sign you up for whenever the next live training is, if we do one in the future. Quick break, I'm gonna be doing a live training this week on how to start YouTube step-by-step for beginners. This is gonna be for people who want to start a channel, but they don't know what niche to pick, what videos to make, or how to actually get started the right way. And it's a completely free training, no strings attached. In fact, I'm giving away even more bonuses at this training. Just as an example, I'm gonna be giving away my niche validator, which works for ChatGPT, as well as Claude Skills, which is a super valuable piece of software where you can finally figure out what the best niche for you is. So do not miss out on this training. Make sure you sign up for it down in the description and the pinned comment below because you only get it if you join the training. So if you don't join now, you might miss out on it forever. But that being said, in the workshop, you'll get to meet me and you'll get to ask me questions directly. So I look forward to seeing you. So click the link in the description and the pinned comment below this week. Make sure you put it on your calendar. And if for whatever reason you missed out on it or you weren't able to attend, make sure you still click that link because we might be having workshops in the future as well. And you'll be the first to know about it. So yeah. Hope to see you there. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming. All right, now let's talk about the mechanism. And I'm not gonna make you rebuild any of this from scratch, right? I'm gonna be handing you all 4 of these so that you can follow along and do it with me instead of taking notes and hoping that you remember. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do here is type in what I do and what my goals are for the channel. Now for me, I'm a pharmacist. I had $300K in student loan debt, and I wanna help students avoid getting student loan debt for a degree that's not gonna help them. Basically, I wanna help them pick out their career, right? So I'm gonna use this skill here called the Niche Validator Pro. Again, I'm giving this away at the live training this week, so click that link in the description, the pinned comment below to attend the live training to get it. And it's gonna ask me some questions to make sure that it's gonna give me the best possible niche, right? So it's interviewing me back and forth here. I'm answering some basic questions. You know, if I wasn't doing this live, I'd probably give it some more in-depth answers. And by the way, pro tip here, you can literally just talk to Claude, right? So you just click this little button right here on the bottom right, the little speaker icon, and you can literally just talk to Claude, right? I'm typing in this particular case, but usually I would just be talking to it. And there we go. It handed me a few niche hypothesis options, and I particularly like this one, so I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. Then I'm gonna paste that into the chat. And now I'm gonna use the video idea finder skill. You can find the light version of that down in the description in the pinned comment below. It'll be the 3rd link down there. So quick gist of the icon method, you're looking for videos with over 100,000 views from a channel with less than 100,000 subscribers, at least a 5-to-1 views to subscriber ratio, and then you want the video itself to be either mediocre or preferably bad. So there you go. It gave me some video ideas, and I like this one, so I will copy and paste that back into the chat and run it through our skill called the Holy Trifecta skill. And there you go. It gave me the title options for this video, plus the mock for the thumbnail and the instructions along with it. And I am happy with this title, thumbnail, and intro option. So I'm gonna let Claude write the script now, and I will use the script skill. Now, what I usually do on this part is I'll have Claude ask me a few questions. Then I'm gonna do what I like to call a yap session, which is where I literally just talk to Claude off the top of my head, almost like it's a friend. And that's what makes the script actually sound like it comes from a human being, personalizes it, and makes it come from me, like I am the source. So you can kind of think of Claude like your ghostwriter, right? So whether you know it or not, most books out there, even like the bestsellers, books from your favorite athlete or your favorite TV personality or even politicians, et cetera, they usually are not written by the person. They usually are written by a ghostwriter who interviews the person and then writes the book for them, right? So you can almost think of Claude like your ghostwriter. It's gonna interview you, you can give it a yap session, and it is gonna turn your rambling into a really good coherent script. But it's a script where you are the source of the information, and that's what makes it not AI slop and actually good content, right? So you wanna give it a yap session, and that's what we're gonna do with the script. And for the sake of this video, I'm not gonna do that, but typically you'd give it a long yap session, somewhere between 5 and 15 minutes. And there you go. The script is ready for me. It has the outline first, then the word for word script. So now let's talk about how this is actually gonna pay you. Now, let me answer the question that you're really asking, which is, okay, but how does this work for someone in my situation? So my brother Zach, who's 50 years old, spent 30 years in the trades, technologically challenged, okay, not very good with tech. And he started talking about trade careers, helping younger guys figure out which trade to get into. And by day 29, he was making $214 in a single day. That's a $70,000+ a year run rate. And that means he went from zero to a full-time income in less than 1 month. And his best month so far was just this last month. He made over $18,000 in a single month. Okay, in a month, not a year, right? So we spend about 4 hours a week or less on his YouTube channel because he's a busy guy. He has a full-time business in the trades. He also works on the side as a realtor, and he has a really good social life, and he's just really busy with other stuff. Okay, so that's rung one. Rung two is you already teach. This is somebody like Nathan, right? So Nathan coaches chess, and he wasn't trying to be famous. He wanted his coaching calendar full, and he went from zero to fully booked, making a full-time income in less than 4 months. Because when somebody watches you actually teach for 15 minutes, they don't need a sales call to decide if you're good. They already know. And this is the one for you if you're a professional who's great at your job and hates selling. You never have to sell, you just teach in public. Now, rung three is you don't need to be big. Carla's a great example of this one. So Carla had about 1,500 subscribers, and she was getting about 100 to 200 views per video. And to most people looking at the channel, they'd probably think, wow, this channel is a massive failure. But she closed a 6-figure contract from that channel, and that is because she didn't just get views, she was getting the right views, right? Audience size is just a vanity metric, but who's in the audience is the business. And she was selling to an affluent demographic, and the right people were watching her channel. Then you got rung four, which is the ceiling, and an example of this is Sean. So Sean was already doing about $30,000 a month, which is already the life that most people would dream of, right? But he'd been doing $30,000 a month for a long time, and he was stuck there on YouTube. With our help, we helped him scale all the way up to over $500,000 in a single month. And we helped him do this with systems and processes. And another example of the ceiling would be Felix. So Felix was already crushing it, already had a 7-figure business, and we helped him scale his YouTube channel, his business, right? So we've worked with all kinds of different people across the spectrum, helping them grow their YouTube channels and their businesses as well. So let me pull this together. The tool isn't the advantage anymore. Everyone has Claude. The advantage is where you aim it. 95% of people aim it at building something in a market where 10,000 other people are building the exact same thing that week, and they get nothing. The other way is you aim it at one thing that nobody else on earth has, what you know, right? Your job, your 10 years of figuring it out, your scars. And Claude finds the position, Claude finds the proven idea, Claude packages it, Claude writes it, and you bring the part that can't be copied. So here's what I want you to do. If you want the whole framework walked through live, come and see the workshop this week. Click that link in the description in the pinned comment below, and I will be giving away the niche validator there, right? And I will literally answer any question you have until every single question is answered, right? Do not miss out on the workshop. Last time we did the workshop, it filled up completely. People couldn't even get in. And I know that 99% of you are gonna stop there, right? You're gonna consume my free content on YouTube. You're gonna download my free resources. You're gonna attend my live training. You're gonna get a ton of value out of all of it. And we are never gonna end up working together, and that is completely fine. I always wanna give way more value than what I receive, and I expect nothing in return. I give away all the information for free, but I sell the implementation. But if you are that 1% or even 0.1% out there that doesn't wanna spend a bunch of time figuring it out on your own, and you just wanna get results as quickly as possible, and you wanna work one-on-one with a mentor who's been there and done that, or you want us to literally just do the work for you, then go ahead and click the second link in the description, the pinned comment below, to book a call with us. But only do it if you are very serious about growing and making money on YouTube, as it is very expensive for us to do a one-on-one program, and working with us one-on-one is expensive. Now, we only accept about 18% of people who apply. We can only accept a limited amount of people. Right now, we're accepting 5. But if that sounds like you, go ahead and click that link, and we look forward to talking with you. With that being said, check out this video right here to see exactly how we help Nurse Jen go from 0 to a full-time income and quitting her job and being able to travel all over the United States in a very short period of time.